Welcome to our Sunday celebration on our channel. Today we commemorate the extraordinary actors who passed away on this day, June 9th, 2025. Join us as we honor their remarkable contributions to the world of cinema. Our thoughts are with their families and fans during this time of remembrance. May their legacies continue to inspire us all. Before we begin, please show your support by liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more heartfelt tributes. "We couldn't believe he wasn't a trained actor," Vittorio De Sica once remarked. "He walked into the frame and gave us the heart of the film." Enzo Staiola, eternally remembered as young Bruno in the cinematic masterpiece Bicycle Thieves, has passed away at the age of 85. He died peacefully, surrounded by loved ones, following a brief illness. Enzo's journey into the world of cinema was nothing short of extraordinary. He was discovered not in a casting agency or theatre school, but while simply walking the streets of post-war Rome. At just 7 years old, with no acting background, he was chosen by De Sica to play a role that would become central to film history. What Enzo brought to the screen wasn't merely performance, it was something raw, honest, and deeply human. His portrayal of Bruno, a boy devoted to his desperate father in the bleak aftermath of war, became a defining moment in the Italian neo-realist movement. Audiences around the globe were captivated by his wide, expressive eyes and the unwavering devotion he showed on screen. Bruno wasn't just a character. He was every child caught in the harsh realities of life, every innocent struggling to understand a broken world. Critics and filmmakers alike saw not an actor, but a soul fully present. As one film historian put it wasn't just acting, it was truth. Following Bicycle Thieves, Enzo acted in several other films, even appearing alongside Hollywood icon Humphrey Bogart in The Barefoot Contessa. Whether in intimate Italian dramas or grand international productions, he brought the same quiet sincerity and emotional authenticity to each role. Yet, as he grew older, Enzo chose a different path. He stepped away from the spotlight and pursued a quieter life as a mathematics teacher. In classrooms rather than film sets, he nurtured young minds with patience and dedication. Friends and former students recall him as thoughtful, humble, and deeply committed to both education and family. He raised a child with his beloved wife Anna, who preceded him in death. Enzo carried his early fame with humility, never boastful, always gracious. His legacy endures not only through his iconic role, but through the lives he touched. When he looked into the camera, noted film scholar Marco Rossi, he wasn't acting, he was being, and that changed everything. She was a woman of many talents, a dynamic force who wore numerous professional hats with effortless grace and unwavering determination. The phrase "she got to the bag" often echoed by admirers paying tribute to Kadia. K.D. Lewis encapsulates the essence of a woman who embodied ambition, resilience, and entrepreneurial fire. Long before she made her mark on television screens, K.D. had already carved out a formidable space for herself in the world of business, laying a foundation rooted in vision, intellect, and hard-earned success. When she eventually stepped into the realm of reality TV, she did so with the same boldness that defined her corporate journey, quickly becoming a magnetic presence. KD was first introduced to many viewers through her appearance on Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta, not simply as young Jock's assistant, but as a savvy strategist and multifaceted professional who could manage, lead, and inspire. Her role on the show quickly evolved, as did her popularity. However, her rise was not the result of luck or happenstance. It was the culmination of years of relentless work. Before television, she had built a remarkable resume that many would aspire to emulate. She was a consultant, accountant, motivational speaker, and founder of several successful ventures, including in real estate, financial services, and brand development. She truly did it all. Born in Oklahoma City and educated at Florida A&M University, later continuing her studies at Georgia State, KD brought both intellect and authenticity into every space she entered. With over 147,000 followers on Instagram, she didn't merely showcase a glamorous lifestyle. She shared a philosophy rooted in hustle, independence, and unshakable confidence. Her sudden passing at the age of 44 has left her loved ones, colleagues, and fans reeling with grief. Though the cause of death remains undisclosed, it has not diminished the overwhelming outpouring of love and remembrance. Her brother Jamal expressed profound sorrow and gratitude for the support received, while another brother, Elijah, movingly wrote, "You left behind a legacy most individuals can only dream of." Former co-star Sina Bina simply but powerfully said, "Rest in peace, Queen." KD Lewis's story was one of growth, grace, and unapologetic ambition. Her legacy transcends television. It lives on in the lives she empowered, the businesses she built, and the indelible mark she left on every room she entered. True leadership, it has often been said, is not defined by the pursuit of popularity, but by the courage to act in accordance with one's convictions, especially when those convictions serve the greater good. This principle appeared to guide the life and career of Edgar Chagwa Lungu, a prominent Zambian statesman whose journey from modest beginnings to the pinnacle of national leadership left a lasting impact on the country he served. Mr. Lungu passed away at the age of 68 due to complications following surgery while receiving medical treatment in South Africa. His passing was confirmed by his daughter, Tassila Lungu Wasa. Born in Zambia's Copperbelt province, a region long associated with the country's mining and industrial economy, Lungu began his professional journey in the legal field. He earned a reputation as a measured and thoughtful lawyer, noted for his calm demeanor and quiet determination. These attributes would later shape his political persona. His entry into public service saw him hold key cabinet positions, including Minister of Justice and Minister of Defense, where he began to establish himself as a central figure in national governance. In 2015, following the death of President Michael Sata, Lungu ascended to the presidency after winning a highly contested by-election. He was subsequently elected to a full term in 2016. As president, he oversaw a series of constitutional reforms aimed at decentralizing executive power and promoting governmental transparency. Though later criticized for attempting to reverse some of these measures, his initial efforts were widely regarded as bold strides in the evolution of Zambia's young democracy. Lungu was often commended for his ability to transcend tribal and social divisions, frequently visiting rural areas and engaging with marginalized communities. Yet, his tenure was also marked by concerns over increasing political repression and strained diplomatic ties. Critics accused his administration of tolerating political violence and limiting opposition voices. Nevertheless, supporters point to his focus on poverty reduction and his accessibility to ordinary citizens. After losing the presidency in 2021 and a failed attempt to re-enter the political arena in 2026, Lungu remained an influential figure. He is survived by his daughter and leaves behind a legacy both complex and emblematic of Zambia's ongoing democratic journey. Those were the heartfelt words shared by the Concurso Nacional de Belleza following the devastating news of Maria Lorena Argüello's sudden and untimely passing. At just 28 years old, a life filled with promise, compassion, and brilliance came to a tragic close. Yet, her spirit endures, a radiant presence that continues to live on in the hearts of all who knew her. Maria Lorena was more than admired, she was profoundly respected. Whether donning a white coat in the operating room or stepping onto the pageant stage in an evening gown, she embodied grace, intelligence, and empathy in equal measure. A trained surgeon, she earned her medical degree from the Universidad de las Americas with unwavering dedication. but her service to others extended far beyond the hospital. Through her work with the Reina de Quito Foundation, she selflessly gave her time to support some of Ecuador's most vulnerable communities. Her kindness was not performative. It was deeply rooted in everything she did, leaving a lasting imprint on every life she touched. In the world of pageantry, she was celebrated as a finalist in Miss Universe Ecuador 2024, where she proudly represented her beloved city of Quito. On that stage, she stood out not just for her beauty and poise, but for her quiet strength and unwavering purpose. With humility and passion, Maria Lorena redefined the meaning of a modern role model, showing the world that intelligence, beauty, and compassion can coexist powerfully in one woman. Maria Topic, who was crowned Miss Universe Ecuador, tearfully honored her friend, saying, "Today, heaven received a beautiful soul. My heart mourns your passing, but I trust that God holds you in his arms." Fellow contestant and Miss California 2016, Nadia Mejia, remembered her as one of the kindest people I've ever met, adding, "She always supported others and lifted them up with her light." Her passing, confirmed by CNB through their official platform, has left Ecuador and the international community in profound mourning. While the cause of death remains private out of respect for her family, the outpouring of love speaks volumes. Maria Lorena Argüello will be remembered as a woman of purpose, a healer, a trailblazer, and an inspiration. Her legacy lives on in the patients she cared for, the people she uplifted, and the countless women she empowered to lead with heart, intellect, and grace. Reach for the stars, not because we need to escape Earth, but because doing so helps us learn how to live better right here at home. Those were the wise and heartfelt words Marc Garneau once shared with a group of students. He wasn't just Canada's first astronaut. He was a dreamer, a doer, and someone who served his country with deep dedication. Marc carried that message with him throughout an extraordinary life that touched the hearts of millions. He passed away in Montreal at the age of 76 after a brief illness, leaving behind a legacy that reached far beyond the stars. His journey to space in 1984 wasn't just a personal achievement, it was a defining moment of national pride. As the first Canadian to venture into space, he opened doors not just for himself, but for countless others who would one day follow. And he didn't stop there. Marc completed 2 more space missions, spending over 100 hours in orbit, helping to conduct critical scientific research and laying the groundwork for what would become the International Space Station. But long before he looked down at Earth from above, Marc was already making a difference as a naval officer and engineer, always steady, thoughtful, and committed to problem solving. After his missions, he led the Canadian Space Agency, where he championed innovation and inspired young minds to embrace science and exploration. Then, when politics came calling, Marc stepped up once again. He was elected to Parliament in 2008 and later served as Minister of Transport and Minister of Foreign Affairs. Whether in space or in the House of Commons, he brought calm leadership and a strong sense of purpose. What truly made Marc special, though, was how he treated people, with kindness, humility, and a genuine willingness to listen and encourage. He had a rare ability to make science exciting and understandable, especially for young Canadians. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said it best: "Marc Garneau inspired generations to reach for the stars and brought honor to our nation." Though he received many accolades, Marc's greatest legacy lives on in those he inspired, the future astronauts, engineers, and leaders he helped set on their path. He is survived by his loving family, who knew him best not as a public figure, but as a devoted husband and father. Canada has lost a guiding star, but his light lives on. Jason Constantine believed that the best stories weren't afraid to colour outside the lines, and neither was he. That's exactly why filmmakers loved working with him. He wasn't some distant executive in a corner office. He was one of us, a trusted creative ally and a quiet powerhouse behind some of the boldest, most talked about films of the last few decades. Over a remarkable 25-year run in the film world, Jason didn't just ride the wave of cinema, he helped shape it. Take Saw, for example. What began as a scrappy little short film found its champion in Jason, who saw its potential long before the rest of the world caught on. The same goes for John Wick, which he backed before it became the sleek, stylish juggernaut we know today. And who could forget Crash, Precious, or Knives Out, films that didn't just entertain, but sparked conversations, won awards, and captured hearts. Jason was more than a co-president at Lionsgate Motion Picture Group. He was a curator of culture, with a radar finely tuned to bold voices and fresh perspectives. But Jason wasn't all business. He built friendships, mentored rising stars, and made sure everyone in the room had a voice. He had a knack for making people feel seen, whether you were a seasoned director or a wide-eyed intern. He wasn't into trend chasing or ego trips. He believed in gut feelings, team wins, and giving credit where it was due. His door and heart were always open. Beyond the studio, Jason gave his time generously. He spoke to students, nurtured young filmmakers, and stayed close to his roots at Princeton, always eager to lift others up. Even while privately facing a long and courageous battle with cancer, he kept giving, mentoring, laughing, and loving. Jason passed away at 55, and the loss is deeply felt across the film industry and by the countless people lucky enough to call him a friend. Lionsgate called him the very best of our studio and our industry, and they weren't exaggerating. Above all, Jason was a devoted husband to Kristen and a proud dad to Lucas, Xander, and Nicholas. His warmth, wit, and unwavering belief in the power of storytelling will be cherished and missed forever. Elizabeth Hoffman, a revered and accomplished figure in the world of character acting, passed away peacefully at the age of 97 in her home in Malibu, California. Born on February 8, 1926 in Corvallis, Oregon, Hoffman built a remarkable acting career that spanned several decades, leaving an indelible mark on both television and film through her depth, versatility, and quiet strength. Her journey into acting began with roles that steadily showcased her growing talent, including a recurring part on the beloved series Little House on the Prairie. This early opportunity helped establish her presence in the industry and paved the way for more substantial roles. Hoffman made her feature film debut in Fear No Evil, a performance that revealed her natural ability to inhabit complex and nuanced characters. She demonstrated exceptional range with her portrayal of First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt in the acclaimed miniseries The Winds of War and its sequel, War and Remembrance. These performances garnered critical praise and further solidified her reputation as an actress capable of delivering intelligence, dignity, and emotional depth. Perhaps her most iconic role came in the 1990s as Beatrice Reed Ventnor on the NBC family drama Sisters. As the wise and resilient matriarch of the Reed family, Hoffman brought warmth, quiet authority, and an emotional anchor to the ensemble cast. Her on-screen chemistry with co-stars Swoosie Kurtz, Sella Ward, Patricia Kalemba, and Julianne Phillips was a key ingredient in the show's success and lasting appeal. Her performance resonated with viewers and helped define the emotional heart of the series. In addition to Sisters, Hoffman made numerous appearances across genres, demonstrating her range and adaptability. She portrayed Grandma Ruth in the disaster film Dante's Peak, delivering a performance filled with both grit and heart, and appeared as Catherine Langford in the sci-fi series Stargate SG-1, once again proving her ability to bring authenticity to any role. Off-screen, Hoffman was celebrated for her vibrant personality, sharp wit, and unwavering professionalism. Beloved by colleagues and fans alike, she leaves behind a legacy of memorable performances and a standard of excellence. Survived by her two sons, Hoffman's work continues to inspire new generations of actors and audiences who admire her profound contribution to the craft of storytelling. Zack Norman, a dynamic and multifaceted figure in the entertainment industry whose wit, charisma, and entrepreneurial zeal left an indelible mark across multiple creative domains, passed away at the age of 83 due to complications related to COVID-19. Born on May 27, 1940 in Boston, Massachusetts, Norman exhibited an early affinity for the performing arts. His foray into stand-up comedy and theatre production laid the foundation for a career that would span decades and defy conventional categorization. He honed his comedic craft in some of America's most iconic venues, including the famed Playboy clubs and the legendary Flamingo in Las Vegas, where his sharp timing and affable stage presence endeared him to audiences nationwide. Norman's evolution from stage to screen was marked by a rare combination of artistic flair and behind-the-scenes savvy. He achieved memorable visibility in Hollywood with his portrayal of the exuberant cousin to Danny DeVito's character in the 1984 adventure classic Romancing the Stone. However, his contributions to cinema extended far beyond his on-screen appearances. As a producer, Norman demonstrated a keen eye for compelling narratives and cultural relevance, lending his talents to more than 40 films. Among these, the Academy Award-winning documentary Hearts and Minds stands out as a testament to his commitment to socially conscious storytelling. In addition to his film work, Norman's ventures into the worlds of finance and fine art revealed a versatile intellect and an astute sense of value. During the 1980s, he became a fixture in Variety magazine for his self-promotional prowess, skillfully leveraging media visibility long before it became a staple of modern branding. His personal art collection was equally significant, punctuated by the landmark 2017 sale of Jean-Michel Basquiat's Untitled for $110.5 million, then a record-breaking achievement. Although his directorial efforts, such as Chief Zabu, met with mixed reviews, they nonetheless underscored his relentless drive for innovation and expression. Zack Norman's enduring legacy is one of humor, creativity, and strategic brilliance, a rare blend that ensured his influence would transcend genres and generations. He is survived by a devoted circle of colleagues, admirers, and loved ones who remember him not only for his artistic contributions, but also for his magnetic personality and lasting imprint on American culture. Terry Carter, a distinguished and trailblazing figure in American entertainment, passed away at the age of 95 in New York City. Renowned for his compelling portrayals of Sergeant Joe Broadhurst on McCloud and Colonel Ty in the original Battlestar Galactica, Carter's career spanned decades and stood as a testament to resilience, excellence, and groundbreaking representation in Hollywood. Born in Brooklyn, New York, Carter came from a richly diverse heritage. His mother hailed from the Dominican Republic, while his father was of Argentinian and African-American descent. This multicultural background informed much of his worldview and artistic sensibility, instilling in him a deep appreciation for cultural nuance and inclusion. A graduate of the esteemed Stuyvesant High School, Carter's educational journey was as unconventional as it was enriching. He attended several institutions of higher learning, ultimately exploring legal studies at St. John's University. Yet, it was the arts that truly called to him. He began his career on the theatrical stage, appearing opposite Eartha Kitt in Mrs. Patterson and starring in the Broadway musical Quamina. These early performances showcased his versatility and charisma, laying the foundation for a diverse and impactful career. Carter's transition to screen acting was marked by both talent and trailblazing significance. He became one of the first African-American television newscasters at WB's TV in Boston, breaking racial barriers in broadcast journalism. Although he encountered challenges, including contentious exits from media positions, he remained steadfast in his dedication to advocacy and representation. He utilised his public platform not merely for entertainment, but to foster dialogue, awareness, and community engagement. Beyond acting, Carter made lasting contributions as a filmmaker and producer. In 1975, he founded Metaphor Productions, Inc., a company committed to the development of educational and governmental media content. His passion for cultural empowerment led to the establishment of the Council for Positive Images, INCURS, in 1979, a non-profit organization aimed at enhancing intercultural understanding through visual storytelling. Terry Carter's legacy endures not only in the memorable characters he brought to life, but also in his unwavering pursuit of equity and his visionary contributions to media and society at large. The entertainment world is mourning the loss of Louie Anderson, a beloved comedian, actor, and writer whose warmth, wit, and humanity left an indelible mark on comedy and television. Anderson passed away at the age of 68 due to complications from cancer in a Las Vegas hospital, leaving behind a luminous legacy of laughter and heartfelt storytelling that touched countless lives. A proud Minnesota native, Anderson rose from humble beginnings to become a towering figure in the world of stand-up and screen. His comedic voice was unmistakably authentic, rooted in personal experiences, family struggles, and a tender vulnerability that resonated across generations. He had an extraordinary ability to transform pain into humor, often drawing on his childhood and the complexities of his upbringing to craft routines that were both hilariously relatable and emotionally profound. Anderson's breakout came in the 1980s, when his everyman charm and clever observations made him a staple on late-night television and comedy specials. But his true genius lay in his ability to evolve with the times while never losing his core identity. His performance as Christine Baskets on the FX series Baskets remains one of television's most nuanced portrayals of motherhood, a role that earned him a well-deserved Emmy Award and showcased his ability to blend humor with deep emotional resonance. Drawing inspiration from his own mother, Anderson gave the character a depth and tenderness that was as moving as it was funny. Beyond live-action roles, Anderson made a lasting impact in the world of animation with the Emmy-winning Life with Louie, a semi-autobiographical series that introduced younger audiences to his storytelling brilliance. He also brought his charm to hosting duties on Family Feud, endearing himself to viewers with his gentle humor and inviting presence. Anderson's film appearances, including his memorable role in Coming to America, further demonstrated his comedic range and likability. Yet, it was always his heart, his relentless optimism, his compassion, his generosity that made him beloved far beyond the spotlight. As the curtain falls on Louie Anderson's remarkable life, the world remembers not just the jokes, but the joy, empathy, and authenticity he brought to every stage he graced. Though he may be gone, his laughter and the love behind it will echo forever. Rest in peace, Louie. Your story was as courageous as it was unforgettable. The entertainment world feels a little quieter as we say goodbye to Shannen Doherty, a beloved actress whose energy and talent touched so many of us. Known best for her unforgettable roles on shows like Beverly Hills, 90210, and Charmed, Shannen left an incredible mark through her passionate performances and unbreakable spirit. She passed away at 53 after courageously fighting cancer, leaving behind a legacy that goes far beyond her time on screen. Many of us first fell in love with Shannen through her portrayal of Brenda Walsh on Beverly Hills, 90210. Brenda was bold, complicated, and real, a character who spoke to the highs and lows of growing up in the spotlight. Shannen brought so much heart and nuance to Brenda, making her someone we could root for, relate to, and remember even years later. While Shannen's journey wasn't always smooth, with some public ups and downs, her talent always shined through, proving that she was much more than the headlines. Later, she took on the role of Prue Halliwell in Charmed, where she showed us her incredible range by playing the strong yet vulnerable eldest sister among three powerful witches. It was a role that not only let her display her acting chops, but also helped create one of TV's most beloved supernatural families. Prue's strength and determination reflected a lot of Shannen's own courage, both on and off the screen. Off camera, Shannen faced many personal challenges, including her public battle with cancer, which she bravely shared with the world. By speaking openly about her health struggles, she inspired countless others dealing with similar hardships. Her honesty and resilience made her an advocate for cancer awareness and a source of hope for many. As we remember Shannen Doherty, it's not just her memorable characters we celebrate, but her genuine spirit and the deep connections she made with fans everywhere. Her impact will live on through her work and the lives she touched. Rest peacefully, Shannen. Your story and courage continue to inspire us all. Harrison Ford is an iconic American actor and film producer, renowned for his roles in some of the most beloved and successful film franchises in history. Born on July 13, 1942 in Chicago, Illinois, Ford's early life was marked by a passion for acting and a determination to succeed in Hollywood. His journey to stardom is a testament to perseverance and talent, showcasing how he transformed from a struggling actor to one of the biggest names in the film industry. Ford's career began in the late 1960s, where he appeared in small roles on television shows and films. However, it was his breakout role as Han Solo in Star Wars, 1977, that catapulted him to international fame. Directed by George Lucas, the film became a cultural phenomenon, and Ford's portrayal of the charming rogue pilot won over audiences around the globe. His chemistry with co-stars Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill helped establish the film's legacy, making Han Solo one of the most iconic characters in cinematic history. Following the success of Star Wars, Ford solidified his status as a leading man with another iconic role, Indiana Jones in the adventure film series created by Steven Spielberg and George Lucas. The first installment, Raiders of the Lost Ark, 1981, was a critical and commercial success, blending action, adventure, and humor in a way that captivated audiences. Ford's portrayal of the adventurous archaeologist showcased his ability to balance charisma and physicality, setting a new standard for action heroes. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, Ford continued to build an impressive filmography, starring in hits such as Blade Runner, 1982, The Fugitive, 1993, and Air Force One, 1997. Each role demonstrated his versatility as an actor, able to tackle various genres, from science fiction to thrillers. His performance in The Fugitive, where he played a man wrongfully convicted of murder, earned him an Academy Award nomination, further establishing his reputation as a serious actor. However, Ford's journey has not been without its challenges. In 2000, he faced a significant health scare when he suffered a serious injury on the set of Star Wars. Episode 7, The Force Awakens. The incident involved a malfunctioning hydraulic door that resulted in a broken leg. Ford's recovery was arduous, but his determination to return to the set demonstrated his commitment to his craft and his love for the iconic character of Han Solo. In addition to his acting career, Ford is also known for his advocacy work. He is an environmental activist and has been involved in various causes related to conservation and climate change. His passion for the environment is evident in his involvement with organizations like Conservation International, where he has used his platform to raise awareness about the importance of protecting the planet. As Ford's career evolved, he took on more mature roles, showcasing his growth as an actor. Films like 42, 2013, where he portrayed Jackie Robinson's baseball manager Branch Rickey, demonstrated his ability to tackle complex characters and important historical narratives. His role in Blade Runner 2049, 2017, marked a return to one of his most iconic characters, Rick Deckard, allowing him to revisit and expand upon his legacy in science fiction. Beyond his on-screen achievements, Ford has also faced personal challenges. he experienced a high-profile divorce from his first wife, Mary Marquardt, and later married actress Callista Flockhart in 2010. Ford has often spoken about the importance of family and has expressed a desire to maintain a balance between his career and personal life. In conclusion, Harrison Ford's journey from a struggling actor to a Hollywood legend is a remarkable story of talent, resilience, and dedication. His contributions to cinema and his advocacy for environmental issues have left a lasting impact. As he continues to take on new projects and inspire audiences around the world, Ford remains an enduring symbol of cinematic excellence and the power of storytelling.